Hi, I'm Bill Woodard, and this is the Chamber Corner at the Smith County Fairgrounds. Well, we hope you enjoy our show today. As you can tell, most of it is going to be about the Smith County Fair. And we're right here on the fairgrounds. We're in the Pioneer Village right now. And of course, there's nobody here. It looks kind of empty, but boy, it'll fill up last week of June. And there's going to be a lot of people coming here to see the exhibits and the vendors that are here and look at everything that's coming along. We've got a few new events that we want to talk about. The first one is the Smith County four-wheel drive mud racing event on Wednesday, June the 30th. Gates open at 5 p.m. and the race starts at 7. And if you want more information about this, I'm going to give you a number. You can call Hugh Cockerell at 931-216-1759. And it's local street legal class. And you can race all your friends if they've got something like that. Classes are modified, pro stock, and local street legal. And diesel class only class will be also offered. And so you'll be able to see some other exhibits about, they've got some nitrous burning buggies that are going to blast the pit in less than 2 seconds. So it's going to be a fun night for you. And this is a new event, and it's the four-wheel drive mud racing event. Also wanted to mention another new event that's coming along, and this is it's basically entertainment. It's the Community Band of Smith County, and that's on Friday, July the 2nd from 6 to 7 inside the Ag Center. And this is the debut performance of the Community Band of Smith County, and they're going to be doing wind instruments and doing a lot of entertainment, so I'm sure that you'll enjoy that, and we're looking forward to that. Also wanted to mention one other thing. We're going to be talking about later on in the show in our outro, but they have a night saluting the veterans, June the 28th, honoring their veterans for their service, and veterans get in free that night. So if you're a veteran and you served in the armed services, we'd like to see you come that night and be here at the fair. And of course, they've got some ceremonies going on. They're going to do a flag retirement and some things like that. There was a page in the fair manual that I wanted to kind of mention. The Smith County Fair would like to thank Mr. Steve Coble for his service as Smith County Road Superintendent. Mr. Coble has played a very important role in ensuring that our fair could be possible. We appreciate all the support that he has given graciously, and our prayers are with him and his family. And Steve, if you happen to be listening to this, we really appreciate what you've done, and we really think a lot of you. Also, we've got another event that is coming on, and it is July the 1st, which is a Thursday night. And I'd like to say something about the folks that are sponsoring this. Our radio station, Mr. Jim West works there, and he works for Mr. Dennis Banka. Dennis Banka is the owner of the radio station, and they do a fine job in presenting radio to us. But they also, every year during the fair, come up with a wonderful act for us to enjoy, usually a cut above anything else. And this year, they've got a gentleman that used to live here in the county, and he's went on and he's done really well in the country music, and that is Mr. Richie McDonald. And you need to come by and hear him as he does his concert on July the 1st. The seating opens at 6 p.m. and it'll be inside the Ag Center, so you'll want to come early to get a seat for that. And a local guest is Connor Jameson of Dixon Springs, and special guest Jeff Carson. And these guys are real entertainers, but we're really happy to have Mr. Richie McDonald. We want to thank Mr. Dennis Banka for bringing him here to us to the fair. We're going to cut away now. We have a commercial, but before we do that, I want to mention one thing. You can go to the website, and that's the Smith County Fair TN.net. website, and you can pick up a digital program of the fair. The page has each event. You can pick up each event page and look at that, and it's got the fair program in it, also with the map and anything that you might need. And then, of course, there's a countdown timer. Like today is the 25th day to the fair, and we're really looking forward to that. So, folks, if you get a chance, you need to come out to the Smith County Fair. And now we'd like to cut away to this commercial.
Come one, come all to the greatest event of the year in Smith County, the Fair on the River. Bring the whole family and experience carnival rides, pageants, entertainment, the demolition derby, the animal shows, the awesome exhibits, fireworks, and much, much more. Admission is only $5. Come out and see the best of what Smith County has to offer June 28th through July 3rd at the Smith County Ag Center in South Carthage. Visit smithcountyfairtn.net for more information.
Okay, we're here obviously in Pioneer Village, and Mr. Dale SHOEMAKE. Well, Dale, why don't you introduce yourself and tell them who you with?
Yes, I'm Dale SHOEMAKE. I own Dale's Towing and Recovery in Carthage. Also on the executive board with the fair.
Okay, and you've been a volunteer on the fair board for many years, haven't you?
10 years, I think.
Yeah, something as long as I can remember.
Yes,
You've been dealing with this, and of course we got those fair staples, Mr. Anthony Apple.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Stan Webster, and whom I'm Hollis, MULLINAX,
and Junior Carver, Digger Poindexter.
Yeah.
Chris Farrell, Chris Hicks. I know I'm forgetting something. Moose Tyree.
Yeah. Moose handles all the commercial exhibits and does a great job.
Yes. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but that's a rundown of basically Miss Laura Piper.
Oh yeah, Laura handles all the
all the paperwork.
Yes. And we know we're forgetting somebody, but
yes,
there's
exactly.
a lot of good folks that put the fair on, that's for sure.
Yes,
and
sir.
Dale is one of them. Now, Dale, you run some of the events that are happening in the arena, is
yes,
that right?
sir. Do the outdoor arena events.
Okay, what events have you got coming up?
Of course, on Monday night, we'll have Race Tennessee, which is the four-wheelers and the dirt bikes. It's been a good event, good draw for the past like 5 years. We've had them coming. On Tuesday night, we will have go-kart races. Wednesday night, we'll have a new event. It's a four-wheel drive mud race. They will plow up 100 foot and make a big mud pit, and we're gonna have modifieds and hot rods and everything race to the end of the mud pit through the mud. We'll also have a open event for like locals that have a truck or something that they'd like to put in there, to see if they can make it all the way to the other end.
That's going to be fun. I bet you be dragging a lot of people out of that pit.
Well, I don't know. Usually they make it through. It's a timed event more than anything. Then on Thursday night and Friday night, we'll have, of course, our demolition derby that we have every year. On Saturday night, then we got our truck pool.
Okay. Well, now the demolition derby, one year the sheriff was in it and did quite well, actually.
Yes, he actually did. I think he come in about second or third.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're going to get him to be in it again. You got to have
like
the car.
He's getting a little too old
to take
be
that
getting out there and getting beat up.
Yeah, that's true, and it takes a little bit of physical stamina to stand that. Yeah, when you get up there, well, my age, not yours.
I don't heal quite as quick as I used to.
Yeah, but that demolition derby is a lot of fun.
Yes.
And then let's see, and what was the other one after the demolition derby?
We have the truck pool.
Truck pool. Okay.
Yeah, on Saturday night it'll be just like we do every year. Be on the truck pool out there on the truck pool arena.
Okay, and we have a tractor pull and several other things.
An antique tractor pull. Usually we do that on the Saturday before the opening of the fair. The fair opens on a Monday, but we usually kind of open it up on the Saturday before with the Warrior by the River mud run, and we also have then the antique tractor pull on that Saturday before, and we also will have our car and truck show.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be a jam-packed fair this year.
Yes, sir.
And last year, even though COVID was going on, we were able to have a lot of the events. This time, all the events are coming back.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah, we did scale it back quite a bit last year due to COVID, but this year we should be back wide open. I seen today on Facebook that our COVID digit, or the first time it's been in the single digits in over a year.
Is that right? So
yes,
we're on a good side. Well, now I know Mr. Tyree, he signs up all these vendors, so he's going to have a lot of food vendors up.
Yes, sir.
Up and down the.
We'll have our usual
walk.
food vendors. I think there's a few, you know, new ones be added this year, whatever. We'll have all of our displays, and all of our stuff will be back in the main arena that we didn't have last year in the main building because of COVID. We didn't do anything, you know, in the building per se last year, but we'll have all that back going this year.
Okay, and if you're at the fair and you want to get a fair brochure, right, or you didn't go to the digital, you know, Smith County Fair TN.net, you can get a digital program, you can pick all that stuff
yes, sir.
up.
You should be able to get a lot of information out
right,
of it.
And each page, I think, in your events too, has the times and
right,
how to enter and all of that on it.
Right.
But if you don't pick one of those up, we'll have the Experience Smith County Chamber of Commerce information tin up,
okay,
and they can come get one of these there. And then you guys are always running around with radios.
Always.
You're going to wear the red shirts again this year?
Most of the event staff will be wearing red shirts.
Okay,
not
so,
all of it, but because, you know, like me, I never know when I'm gonna have to leave or go to work. So
that's true.
Don't tell them what I'll be wearing.
When you run a towing service, you're on 24 hours a day,
yes,
7 days a week,
yes,
aren't
sir.
you? Well, anyway, if you find somebody with a red shirt, you can ask them a question. And if you see Dale in his
orange shirt,
orange shirt, definitely orange, you can ask him questions. Well, Dale, thank you for coming by.
Yes, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Okay, we're still here in Pioneer Village, and Mayor Hollis MULLINAX has come by. Mayor, thank you for coming to be with us.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Well, and you're holding up the fair guide, and it's June the 28th through July the 3rd,
yeah,
and there's a lot to talk about, but you're going to talk about some of the events that's going on, right?
Yes, I'm going to. First, I'm going to talk about the one we canceled.
Oh, okay.
Senior Day for Wednesday. We have moved it to October the 20th. It'll still be part of the fair, but it was for the virus. Too many people in there, so we'll have the whole Ag Center, and we're going to have a big day for the seniors that day. But
and still have the food cooked and all that.
Yeah,
like
yeah, we're going to do it all.
And
yeah,
do the exhibits and all that. So if you're a senior and anybody over 55?
60.
60. Anybody over 60 years old, if you live in the county, you can come to that.
Yeah, we're gonna give 125 tickets out to the seniors. They'll be down at Jan will have them down at the center, and it'll be a first come first served basis to come to the fair during fair week.
Oh, okay. So they can get into the fair.
Yeah, maybe they'll bring the whole family with them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now the senior center is over in South Carthage. There, if you know where the pavilion is, where for people like me, where the General Hospital used to be.
Pauline Gore Way.
Pauline Gore Way. It's before you get to that, and you turn in left, and you can go in there.
And by the way, we opened up yesterday. You was over there for a meal with me.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good day, and I probably had about 70 people there, or something like that.
It surprised me that many been out.
Yeah, it was a big crowd. Well, now you got some other events though that are going on. I want to talk about them for a second.
Yeah, I have the horseshoe pitching tournament. Be Friday, July the 2nd, and it's restoration at 5:30, and the pitching begins at 6:30, and it's a draw for partners. We have to draw for partners because you bring a couple of ringers.
Yeah, ringers, and they're going to win every time, aren't they?
Yeah. And then on Saturday, July the 3rd, we'll have the cornhole pitching contest, and we start the restaurant at 1 o'clock, and the pitching begin at 2. And that's the same way, draw for partners.
Okay, well now, all that's set up over here near the arena, is that right?
Well, we had it inside last year because there wasn't nothing in there. Right? We have to have it where we won't get the boards wet. We usually have it under a tent out here if we can. Okay,
well now, and I think as far as the entry, is there an entry fee?
Yeah, entry fee is $20 per team, or $10 a piece.
$10 a piece.
for both the horseshoes and the cornhole.
Okay, and then the first prize winners, they get
60% of the prize money, and 30% for second place, 10% for third.
okay. So there's some money to be won if you're a good horseshoe pitcher.
Yeah,
And you're lucky enough to pick that good partner.
yeah, if you can get a good one.
Okay. Well, all right, Ms. Hollis, is there anything else we missed?
Has Anthony been over here today?
No, sir.
He didn't say anything about the mud run.
No, they didn't mention that, but yeah, we've got the Warrior Mud Run, and that's starting on 7 a.m. on the Saturday, June the 26th. Is that right?
I think so. I seen that somewhere a while ago.
But anyway, Warrior by the River Mud Run, and I think
It's starts at 7 o'clock on Saturday, June the 26th.
okay. So if somebody wants to be involved in that, all they got to do is come by. If you need information about what's going on at the fair, you can call us at the chamber, and they can probably call City Hall there. I'm sure your lady's got a fair guide.
Yeah, I left some at the office, so yeah, they can pick up a paper down there. Or
Okay. All right, sir. Well, Mr. Hollis, thank you for coming by.
Glad to be here. We'll see you at the fair.
All right, see you at the fair. Hey, we're still here at the Pioneer Village, and we have a lot of things going on at the Smith County Fair. Jerry, introduce yourself. Tell them who you're with.
My name is JERRI VADEN-MALONE, and I'm the Smith County Register of Deeds, but I am also the pageant director for the Smith County Fairs. And Megan McDonald is not here with us today, so she is also, it's me and her that direct the pageants at the Smith County Fair every year. We're so excited that we get to have the fair and the pageants this year. We didn't get to have that last year, but this year, hopefully we'll have a good number to participate, and we'll be more excited. Monday night, June the 28th, the Miss Fairest of the Fair is at 6 p.m. This age division is 16 to 21 years of age. Also on Monday night at 8 p.m. then we have the Miss Teen Fairest of the Fair, and this is for ages 13 to 15. On Tuesday, June the 29th, we have two categories. We have the Miss Teen. We have the Miss Teen. No, we have the Miss Petite. I'm sorry, Miss Petite, and it is for ages 10 to 12, and it's at 6 p.m. And the Miss Junior is ages 7 to 9, and it is 8 p.m. Then on Wednesday night, June the 30th, we have the 2- and 3-year-old boys and girls at 5 p.m. The Mr. and Miss Tiny, ages 4 to 6, and they will be at 6 p.m. And then on Saturday, July the 3rd, we have birth to 6 months, boys and girls, starting at 11:30. 7 to 15 months, boys and girls, starting at noon. And then 16 to 23-year-old 23 months, boys and girls, starting at 12:30. Now, all of the entry forms are available at the Smith County Register of Deeds office, 122 Turner High Circle, Suite 113, Carthage, Tennessee. You can contact me by email either or, let's see, jvaden@titlesearcher.com is my email. The phone number, 615-489-5570 or 615-735-1760. And Megan McDonald's email is megan-mcdonald@hotmail.com, or you can contact her, 615-604-3550, for any questions that you may have. Also, the deadline for the entry forms is June the 27th, 2021.
Okay, and now if somebody wants to come into the fair, they need to have this filled out and done.
Yes,
before.
The deadline is June the 27th for that.
Okay.
And they can pick them up also online at the website, which is the www.smithcountyfair10.net.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Yes.
And then the fair actually officially starts, and your first one is on the 28th.
On Monday night.
So they need to have that done before then.
Yes.
Now, they come in the main entrance, of course.
They will.
And all the activities take place in the Ag Center itself.
All the pageants are inside the Ag building. And actually, instead of the main entrance build, they will come through the second entrance up by the store up there.
Okay.
That's where all the pageant people come in through that way.
Right, because they're going to have dresses and things to deal with, and you can get them closer to the stage that way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something that you have people ask, and they that sometimes they don't know which way to come in.
I know, and it happens sometimes. They do come through the front and they send them all the way back around. But we've tried in the years past that has work better, coming through the second gate.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right, and the fair every year now, this is a feeder for other pageant events, is that correct?
Yes, it is. It is.
What do you know what other events that they get to after this one? I know that they're always present when we do parades and things like that, but are there other pageants that they get into automatically?
The Fairest of the Fair on Monday night goes to the state pageant in January for the title of Miss Tennessee. So that's one, but now the others, they can participate in any volunteer activities within the county that they will, that people will let them, the parades and anything that we may have here in the county. And a lot of them want to do that, and people don't usually have a problem with that. They will let them, participate and do that.
Well,
okay?
and the one about Miss Tennessee, that was the one I was really getting at.
Yes,
so
it's in January.
You could literally win Fairest of the Fair here,
yes.
and then go on and become Miss Tennessee.
Yes.
And then if you win Miss Tennessee, aren't you?
Goes on to the state pageant. Yes.
Yeah, and it goes on to the Miss America
yes,
and the whole thing.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
That's wonderful. Give the phone number out one more time before we go.
The phone number, you can contact me at 615-489-5570 or 615-735-1760 or Megan at 615-604-3550. Thank you.
And thank you for coming out on this windy day.
Thank you.
Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them who you're with and what you're here for.
All right. My name is Chris Manus, and I'm here with the Smith County Kids Olympics that we put on every year. It's sponsored by the Smith County Drug Center and the Smith County Farmers Co-op. It's an event that we've done for several years now, and it's one of the first things that we do to kick off the fair. It's on Monday night. It'll be Monday at 7 p.m. is when it happens, June 28th. We have registration from 5:30 to 6:45 p.m. and it's for kids from ages 3 through 8. We have first, second, and third place trophies for all these children for each age group, as well as ribbons. We also have at least 8, we may have a little bit more this year, but at least 8 different events that they'll compete in, and it all culminates on the last event, which is the Grease Pig Contest. Those of you that have been to state and county fairs all over growing up know that the Grease Pig is the most fun of any county fair. One thing that we are changing this year is our location. Rather than being on the main fairgrounds, the Olympics will be held on the right behind where you come into the fair, on the first small soccer field down there. We had to move our location this year to accommodate some other events that are going to be under the Ag Center here.
Okay, so I noticed on Monday there's a pretty big schedule. It starts at 4:30 p.m. with opening ceremonies, and then your Kids Olympics is at 7, and then they actually have a $500 cash giveaway at 9:15.
Yes, sir.
So to be in that cash giveaway, all you got to do is have a ticket, right?
That's correct.
Okay,
they'll call your number.
So they come to your function. Now you got to be present to win. Is that right?
Got to be present to win. Usually when they call that number, it'll be back here in the area where they have the races,
in the arena.
Yeah, in the arena. That's where they'll call the numbers for the tickets.
Okay, now Kids Olympics, if somebody wants information about that, do they call?
They can call me directly on my cell phone. It's area code 615-489-2326. It's Chris Manus. Be glad to answer anything for you. Just make sure that your kids are wearing some comfortable sneakers, shorts and a t-shirt, just like they would any other time at the fair. We'll have a lot of fun. We'll do everything from standing broad jumps, sack races, three-legged races, egg and spoon races. The one thing I may cut this year due to COVID is we may not do our watermelon seed spitting contest. I don't know. That's still up in the air. But everything else, frisbee toss, it'll be a lot of fun, and the kids always enjoy it every year.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Well, Chris, thanks for coming by and telling us about that.
Thank you, Billy, for giving the opportunity.
We have our resident expert on family consumer science here. Mary, go ahead and, as always, introduce yourself. Tell them who you're with.
I am Mary Draper, and I'm with the UT Extension Office here in Smith County, and I am the Family and Consumer Science Extension Agent.
Okay, and family and consumer science is, real quick, what is that?
So it's a broad topic. It deals with home, health, food, family, and money. So all those broad topics. And we're really excited about the fair this year that's coming up. And we'll have our exhibits entries on Friday, June the 25th from 7:30 until 12:30 for all the divisions except for cooking and floriculture, which will be on Monday, July 28th from 7:30 to 12:30. So anything that involves in family and consumer sciences, which is canning, we've already said cooking, quilts, arts, fine arts, needlecraft, sewing, heirlooms, all those good things.
Okay, what about photography? Is that in another category?
Photography as well. So all those categories are in there, and they'll have youth exhibits that Katie's going to talk about in a little bit. So all those divisions, we have 11 divisions with 10 best of show categories. So each division or each subcategory has a first, second, and third place. So winners that win first will get $5, second place will get $4, and third place will get $3. And the best show winners in each category get $10 as well as a $25 prize. And of course, just the honor of being best of show.
Okay, well now the fair is the last week of June, right?
Yes.
So when do they need to have their exhibits to you?
Yeah, so June the 25th, Friday, that day we're taking in entries except for cooking and floricultures, because cookings and floricultures, of course, cooking entries you're not going to get back because they wouldn't be good after the fair, but we want to show those exhibits. And then the floriculture, people are responsible for keeping those floriculture entries watered throughout the week, and it makes it a little bit easier if we have it on Monday rather than Friday.
Okay, and so if they want to enter, they have to get in touch with you beforehand, so they need to call the
yes, you can call the extension office at 615-735-2900 unless you've already entered in the fair before, and we have your information on file. We have your barcodes ready, but if you never entered, we would love to have you, and you just need to call the extension office and we can get those ready for the day of.
Okay, is there an age range of entries?
Good question. Yeah, so for the adult entries, you have to be 18 or older or an active FCE member. And of course, there's youth entries as well that covers those categories, but those are in Katie's area.
Okay, now you mentioned fine arts. Arts, is that drawing, painting?
Yes.
Drawing, sculpture,
painting, sculptures, all those mediums. So really, anything you can do at home revolving crafts or cooking, it all goes into the fair, into one category or another. We can probably fit it in somewhere.
Okay, and you'll of course be in the Ag Center with the display set up, and they will do their judging, and then the winners of course will have their blue ribbons.
Yeah, so we'll do judging right after we take entries on Friday from the categories that we take on Friday. So the area will be closed during judging, and then again on Monday when we take entries in. After we take in entries, we'll have the categories closed, or the exhibit area closed for judging as well.
Okay, and of course it's inside, so they won't have to worry about the wind like we're having to deal with now.
Right. So, and hopefully we'll have warmer weather.
Yeah.
It's a little cold today.
I'm expecting that. All right, well, Mary, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And once again, Pioneer Village, windy day. It's a great day to be out here.
It is.
Katie, tell them who you are. I think they probably know, but tell them anyway.
Yeah, Katie Martin here with Smith County 4-H. We are excited. It is almost fair time, and 4-H helps run the youth exhibit room in the fair, where we take some of the same entries that the FCS ladies do, but all of ours are for youth in Smith County. So we do have special categories like 4-H posters, 4-H exhibit boards, but also some of the tried and true favorites like photography, arts and crafts, sewing, canning, baking, floriculture, and stuff like that. We'll be taking our entries on Friday, 7:30 to 12:30, for everything except baking and floriculture. Those are going to be taken on Monday, same times, but we have lots of youth entries, lots of talent here with our Smith County youth, so make sure that if you have kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade, you have the opportunity to enter some exhibits, so take advantage of that. show off all of those great skills you have and let us see that at the Smith County Fair. I also am in charge of the poultry show, though. That's going to be Tuesday. On Tuesday, inspection starting at 5, show starting at 6. So if you have a backyard flock of chickens that you want to come show, please feel free to do that. Or if you just want to come watch and see some of the chickens and their owners, you can do that as well. Also on Saturday, we'll have an archery contest. This is, I believe, our 3rd year with our archery competition. We've got over 30 4-H members that are involved in our archery program kind of in the spring, and this is their final opportunity for the year to show off those shooting skills and compete here on a county level to win some prizes. So if you have a 4-H'er that might be want to be involved in shooting archery, this is a great place to start, a great place to practice, or maybe a good place to come out and watch and see if archery might be a fun thing for your 4-H'er to participate in.
Okay, and if you're involved in the 4-H program in the school system, then obviously you're probably going to know about this. I think you also have some homeschool or entries outside of the school system. Is that right?
Absolutely. So our clubs in the school should have got some information in their newsletter the last time we met. But of course, we also have fair books at the office that can be picked up. And a lot of this information is available on our website, smith.tennessee.edu. You can also check us out on Facebook, UT Extension-Smith County. Or of course, you can always call the office at 615-735-2900, and we'll help you get signed up for whatever you're interested in.
Okay, now obviously the arts and the photography and things of that nature will be inside the building.
That's right.
Archery, will you be under the pavilion, or
yes.
where will you be
we'll
taking care
be
of
in
that?
the livestock arena, kind of on the concrete slab closest to the building, and we'll be taking safety precautions. We have nets that are put up, but we will have a place for spectators to watch if they would like to, and that's 4 o'clock on that first Saturday.
Okay, and you mentioned they could come by and look at the chickens and the animals. That'll be further on into the...
That'll be in the livestock arena as well. We usually have little cages and pens set up for the chickens, and they'll hang out in there until they are judged. Like I said, judging will start at 6 o'clock. Usually it does go pretty fast, but we have some cool different breeds of chickens that are definitely worth walking around and checking out.
Okay. All right. Well, if they want more information, we give the phone number or not, but you can't give it enough. What's
right.
The phone number?
615-735-2900, or if it's a 4-H question, you can always email me at kclark54@utk.edu. Besides the fair, you know, we've got lots of day camp opportunities, lots of other 4-H activities going on throughout the whole summer. So don't miss out on those. Stay up to date with us on our Facebook page and on our website, or keep in touch by phone or email.
Okay, and getting out of the announcement mode a little bit, if you're a 4-H'er in Smith County, this actually avails you an opportunity to do things all the way through your life in college, and there's awards, prizes, some of them even maybe monetary scholarships.
Absolutely. So we have lots of Smith County 4-H'ers that have been successful at all different levels, whether that's locally, at the state level, or even nationally, have won scholarships, are now on maybe their own path to becoming an extension agent. We have a great intern this summer, Miss Grace Harville, that is at UT studying agriculture communications, and she's interning with us this summer, and she was one of those 4-H'ers that was able to get a scholarship. So yeah, it doesn't just stop maybe in 8th grade when we stop meeting some of the classroom clubs. There is definitely opportunity for high school students, and then there's even collegiate 4-H chapters at a lot of our colleges throughout Tennessee. So it's certainly something that can continue on, and really it can be whatever you make it. So whatever that 4-H'er wants to do with it, they have those opportunities.
Well, I know no time flies. Grace, I talked to her, and she's a junior.
That's right.
So it's moving along. Well, thank you very much, Katie. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. We hope to see you at the Smith County Fair this summer.
All right. We'll look forward to seeing you at the fair, and don't miss the chicken exhibit and the archery show.
Sounds good.
Well, we're here at the Pioneer Village, and we're honored with Mr. Chris Hicks's presence, but you need to introduce yourself. Tell them who you're with and what you do.
Chris Hicks with University of Tennessee Extension. I'm the Ag Agent and County Director here in Smith County.
Okay, and just before we get into the fair a little bit, what does that entail? What will you do to help people? I know there's a lot of things. I know you do soil testing.
Well, sure, we do soil testing, we do forage testing, we do weed identification and bug, insect disease identification. If you have something on your crop or your garden that's not as it should be, you can bring it into the extension office. We'll try to get that fixed. We have publications on just about any ag-related topic you could imagine, and we have specialists at the university in Knoxville, in West Tennessee as well, who we can rely on for help in disease or insect, weed control, things like that, crop fertility. We have specialists on all those things.
Okay, so you can basically help somebody from the garden all the way through a commercial crop.
Absolutely,
if they need it.
absolutely. And it doesn't really matter what the crop is, whether it's tobacco, hemp, orchards, whatever it is, livestock. We've got specialists working in that industry.
Yeah, and he claimed that he could identify any weed, and he said, but don't leave it on the dash of your truck for 3 weeks and bring it in. So I purposely went and got one, put it on the dash of my truck, left it for about 3 weeks, brought it in, and he identified it. So I'm pretty impressed.
I don't know that I said I could identify it correctly, but I can give you a name of a weed.
Yeah, well, it was pretty dried up, that one I brought you.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're here to talk about the fair today, and there's a lot of things that you do involved in the fair, so why don't we start out with just whatever hits your mind first?
Well, the first thing and what I would really like folks to know about is our crop entries that we'll have on Monday, the first day of the fair on Monday. I believe it's the 28th. 28th. We'll do entries from 7 to 12, and so if you've got a farm, if you've got just a garden, bring your crops, bring your produce, because we'd like to fill up the room with stuff and really highlight ag in Smith County. And I know the fair's early, so a lot of our garden vegetables may not be completely in, but if you do have something, we'd love to have you bring that in. And kids too, because we do have a youth exhibit from if you're ages 6 through 19 and you help out in the garden, bring your stuff in. We'd love to have some tomatoes or peppers or whatever. Be sure and look at the fair book, and we have copies of the fair book at the UT Extension office, and folks can look and see what all's available that they can bring in on the ag side. Make sure you follow that, okay? If it says 3 bell peppers, you need to bring in 3 bell peppers if you want to win, because if you bring in 2, you're probably not going to win. And you want those to be uniform, you want them to be free of insects and disease, you want them to all kind of be the same shape, the same size. And keep in mind, Bill, biggest isn't always best, okay? You just because it's the biggest okra plant you've ever seen or the biggest cucumber you've ever seen doesn't mean it's necessarily the best. So we want high quality, uniform, and we'll have an expert judge come in and look at those. And it's friendly competition. You do win a ribbon, you do win some money, but it really is just about the competition. It's about highlighting ag in Smith County. So I hope folks will take advantage of that on Monday from 7 to noon.
Well, and you mentioned something that we have a local farmer, George McDonald, and he's made quite a reputation with strawberries.
Sure.
And I was talking to him one time, and he says, well, he said the strawberries that you get in a lot of the stores are bred for shipping.
That's right.
So that they'll stay firm and like that. And he says, I've bred mine for flavor, and I will tell you, I look forward to those every year.
Yeah.
I got a crate of them this year, and we always eat them and enjoy them, and they are bright red all the way through. And so that's what you're talking about. Sometimes these exhibits, like you said, the biggest is not necessarily going to be the winner.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of other things involved in there.
It is, and you and I both know anything out of the garden is going to be superior to what you can go to the grocery store and buy. Now, it's nice that we can go to the grocery store 12 months out of the year and buy something, but for that month or two that we've got vegetables out of the garden, that's where it's at.
Oh yeah, and there's no doubt about that. That's like every year, everybody brags about the tomatoes and how good it feels to get a garden tomato.
Yep, absolutely.
And there's no doubt it's a good time of year for those vegetables. Okay, we do our exhibits in the Ag Center, and of course you share that, and they call it the Ag Center, but there is a possibility somewhere down the road that we may actually have a building dedicated to agriculture here on the grounds, and I don't know if there's any thing in the works for that, or if you heard anything or any rumors.
Well,
but
we have had discussions, and so the Fair Board would love to have a building dedicated to crop entries and exhibits and ag. We'd love to have more space to have meetings and things, and you know, this Ag Center is used just about every day. It's used constantly for events throughout the year. Different organizations use it, and sometimes it's hard to book. You've got to book it several months in advance to get it, so it would be great to have another facility in close proximity to the Ag Center where we could have events and exhibits, highlight agriculture in Smith County, and also have a place where our 4-H'ers could come and learn, where our farmers could come and learn and have meetings and do demonstrations and things. So yeah, that's hopefully a goal for the future as Smith County continues to grow and develop. That's one of the things that we'd love to do.
Well, I know early on, this Pioneer Village that we're standing in, there was the first thing was here. Actually, it was a ditch with a bunch of weeds in it, and they cleared it off and cleaned it up, and they built the rotary stage. And now they've got these shelters in here, and I know, you know, today it's kind of windy and maybe actually a little bit gloomy, but it really comes to life, you know, when the fair comes into town.
It's a great place.
And if you had a center like that to where you could have those ag exhibits all the time, you could do more than just the fair. You could you could have well, when something comes in, or maybe we have a farmer's market out to the front, and maybe the farmer's market could be extended into a building like that.
You know, commercial kitchen for some of our farmers market vendors who want to add value to their crops. Maybe they are raising strawberries or raising fruit, but they want to go in and make jelly or jam. Well, we could have a commercial kitchen that we could rent out to them, and they could do that. Or we could have classes where they could learn how to do that. So there's endless opportunities that are out there. It's just, do you have the means to make it happen? And that's one of the things that we'll work on.
Well, and you never know who's going to be. My son, who I never thought was a cook by any stretch, the other day we got some blueberries from one of the places around here, and we gave him a bunch of them, and he came over with a can of blueberry jam or blueberry jelly. I'm not sure. I don't
you
know.
ate it. You didn't know, but you ate it.
And it was good. And he made that, and he did some with the strawberries from George's farm too. So you never know who's going to be the person in your family that can do things like that and talented that way. Well, Chris, have we missed anything?
Well, the other thing we might mention is all the livestock events going on out in the barn throughout the week. I know a lot of the adults and the kids like to come and see the animals at the fair. So Monday, and this is a little different than years past, but our beef show is going to be Monday because State Expo is actually later in the week. So we moved the beef show to Monday. I know Katie's got the poultry show she's in charge of on Tuesday, which is open to anybody. Anybody can bring their chickens in to exhibit on Tuesday. Then we have the hog show on Wednesday, and if you've never seen a pig show, it's really something to see. It's really neat to see those exhibitors out there moving those pigs around, and they're well trained, and it's a neat deal. Friday we have the goat show, and then Saturday is the sheep show. So if you like animals, there's ample opportunities to come out to the fair and either exhibit your own animals or see somebody else's.
Right, and you're going to see the cream of the crop, basically.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people don't know this. They have a Mrs. Bridgewater's chicken extravaganza down in Dixon Springs. And a lot of people don't know the history behind that, but the lady, Miss Bridgewater, used to sell chickens all over the United States back in the, would it be the late 1800s? Or?
I think that's right. I mean, she was known worldwide.
And she shipped chickens and things like that, and she would sell them. And now think about this, in 1800, would you give, in the 1800s, would you give $1,500 for a chicken?
No, I wouldn't today.
So she was getting that kind of money for those chickens. So you never know what something can turn into. A hobby can become a life vocation.
Absolutely, and we see that all the time in our 4-H program, that kids, they start a project in 4-H or maybe an FFA, and they develop a career out of that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunity here, and something that starts with a 4-H program or exhibiting at the fair may turn into something that, who knows, follows you the rest of your life. Well, Chris, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us. If anybody wants a fair book, you can't get a hold of one, come to the Extension office. We'll be glad to share that with you and hope to see you at the fair.
Okay, and we've got them at the chamber, and if you don't get one of these, you need to. Smith County Fair is going to be a big happening this year. Okay, we have a new chamber member with us, and I would like you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks.
My name is VICA RUHRWIEN. I'm with the Stevens Center. We are out of Livingston, but I'm stationed in Smith County.
Okay, now you guys just recently opened a location here up in Smith County. Go ahead and give the address if you
My address is 303 Upper Ferry Road.
All right, and so if you're coming into town and you get near the bus garage, you're right across the street.
Right across from there, yep. The white and green little trailer there.
Okay, so you're right there handy. Okay, the Stevens Center, that doesn't really tell what you do. So maybe you want to explain what you guys do.
Right. So we are a service for new and first-time moms. We provide home visiting and parenting classes. So I will be the home visitor for Smith County. So I will meet with the moms 1 time a week, and I will be there for about an hour. And we kind of just provide different services. We'll get to know you so we can better know how to serve you. But some of the things we'll do is make sure your child is hitting milestones for their age development. Make sure that you have everything that you need to be able to provide a home environment, a safe environment for your child. You can get free incentives, so you can win free diapers, cleaning supplies, anything that your child needs.
Okay, well now how do you qualify, or what are the requirements for you to become a participant in this program?
So we are a first-time mom. So if you are a first-time mom and you are pregnant or have a child who is 3 months or younger, then you qualify for our program. If you are under 20 years old, then you can have multiple children and we can still serve you. So for me to come into your house, you will have to have a child that's under 3 months old.
Okay, now if there's people out there that might be listening and they're not in that situation, they're like me and older and have grandchildren, if they know someone, what would they need to do? Would they need to contact you guys, or how do they, to let you know about somebody, or does that person need to do the calling to you?
Yeah, so you can make a self-referral. So if you are a first-time mom or you're pregnant right now with your first child, you can refer yourself. My number is 314-604-4177. Or if you are a grandfather or a grandparent or a friend and you just know somebody who might need this service, you can call me and just give me their phone number and their name, and then we can call them and we can get in touch with them. You have to be under 20 years old to have multiple kids. Now, if you are a grandparent, though, and you have custody of a child who's under 3 months old, then we can still serve you.
Okay.
So just as long as you are the legal guardian of that child.
Yeah, anybody that basically has a child that's that age range. Then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now you mentioned you're out of Livingston, so this is a program that's been going on for a while.
Yes, we serve 10 different counties, including Upper Cumberland and Smith, and I'm not sure what the other ones.
Okay, well now, I may be asking you something that you don't know. How did the Stevens Center get started, or do you know the kind of the background?
No, I don't.
Okay, but
Sorry.
I know it's in Livingston, and
Yes.
that is the main office.
That is
right?
the main office, yes, and then there's offices in all the other counties that we serve.
Okay, if you're looking for the Stevens Center, you can look them up on the internet, and it does come up. And Livingston has the phone number, and then
yes.
Like today, I needed to get in touch with you. I called Livingston, and of course they
yes.
got me right to you. So, so folks, if you need any help, you can look it up online or call the Chamber of Commerce 615-735-2093, and we can give you that number. And these guys want to help people that have young children in the parenting and everything. Is there anything we missed?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
We're just excited to be here and finally get to have some families that we can serve.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you more.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, it's a windy day here at Pioneer Village, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We asked Mary if she would come by. Mary, you better tell them who you are, who you're with.
Okay, my name is Mary Leslie Wakefield. I'm with the Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition.
Okay, and we got a special event coming up that you want to talk about.
We do. We're calling it our Prevention Rocks Outdoor Movie Night, and it is June 25th, 8 o'clock at the historic courthouse. We did this in May, and we had a really good response. We had almost 100 people come out and watch a movie under the stars. We had beautiful weather. We have free popcorn, and then we have a table set up with all the stuff on the coalition that we give away free, and give you a lot of information about the coalition too. So we would love for you to join us for the outdoor movie night.
Yeah, it's a free event, and it's right there on the courthouse lawn. And of course, you're going to close the street down and have it to where people can sit out in the street. I know my family, we came, the little boys, and they really enjoyed it. So it's a good family night for you to come.
That's right. Just bring your chair.
Okay, yeah. Don't forget to bring a chair. I brought an extra, and it came in handy. I had some folks that forgot that. You got some other things you want to talk about? I can hold some of that for you.
Okay. All right. Yes, at the Smith County Fair fair that we're having this year, we're real excited. The National Guard has put together a trailer, and they're calling it Stashed Away, and it's set up just like a teenager's room. So you can go through the trailer and see all kind of things that would be in a teenager's that you might not even think anything about, like a can of potato chips. But in that potato chip can is conceals drugs or alcohol. Or they might have ping pong balls, and you think, well, what's the matter with ping pong balls? Well, if you don't have a ping pong table and you don't play ping pong, you might want to asking your child why they have ping pong balls, because it's a really popular game with beer pong. So it just helps parents to be educated about some things that might be right under their nose or stashed away in their child's room, and they don't even realize it.
Well, there's a lot of things to look for like that, and you know, if you care about your kids, you want to keep them away from that stuff.
Yeah, it's very, very important while their brain is developing that they, the most we can do, the best we can do to keep drugs and alcohol, tobacco away from their developing brains, it just makes their adulthood better.
Well, and I know we've mentioned this a lot, but I'll bring it out again. If you ingest any alcohol of any quantity before you're 25 years old, it definitely has an effect on your brain development. Is that correct?
Yeah, it actually changes the way your brain develops, especially if if you start doing it once a week, twice a week, you start doing it more and more, the more chances you have to it affects your brain mentality, it affects your coordination, your learning, your decision making. So it's just so important that we keep those kind of substances away from our kids.
Yeah, and I don't know about anybody else out there, but I needed all the help I could get when I was growing up.
That's right.
I'm glad I dodged that bullet. Anything else you want to bring up?
And well, come by our booth, because we're going to be giving away a TV this year. We'll have a drawing for that. So you just fill out a really short survey for us, and we'll put your name in the bucket for our free TV. And then we have one more event, if you can hold that paper right there, Bill. Oops. And this is our Hope Fest, and this is a new community event. We've never done this before. We're doing it with partnership with the Carthage Church of God. They're going to be giving backpacks away full of school supplies. So that is actually when is that? That is actually June 24th, and that's going to be at Crump Paris Park. So from 5 to 7, and we'll have some food and vendors and fun. So please join us for that too.
Okay, and at Crump Paris Park, is that where the ball fields are?
Yes. Okay. Yes, where you play ball.
All right. Well, Mary, thank you a lot. We appreciate what you guys do. And if you've got any questions about any of this, or you missed something, or we didn't answer a question you had, where can they call?
They can call our office, 588-1622.
Okay, and ask for Tammy or Mary or Suzanne or Barbara.
Or Kobe.
Or Kobe.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got a lot of good people down there. All right, well, thanks a lot, Mary.
Thank you, Bill.
Folks, we hope you enjoyed our show. We had a lot of exciting stuff talking about the fair and what's going on at the fair. And so if you get a chance, you need to come by the Smith County Fair. If the fair is over, look forward to next year. If you're watching this show, I want to tell you about some of the other events that are coming up. We have a summer concert series that's happening at the Smith County Courthouse Square and Lawn. And we've had some really good bands, and that's going to carry on through the rest of the summer. June the 26th, July the 10th, and July the 24th, there will be performances there at the Smith County Square, and so you can go down there and just enjoy yourself and hear some really good music. The Sutton Old Time Music Hour and Bluegrass Dinner Show is every Saturday in June, so if you're watching this toward the end of June, you better hurry. You can get over there and see that. The Smith County Drug Prevention Coalition, which we talked about earlier in the show, is June the 25th. And then if you can go to Eberl's Tavern, they have trivia every Tuesday, poker every Wednesday, and darts every Thursday. And that's every week. So you can go down there and enjoy that. The fair starts June the 28th and goes through July the 23rd. And folks, Smith County is a wonderful place to live, and it's a wonderful place to raise a family, and it's a wonderful place to work and play. So folks, we hope you enjoy everything that's going on in Smith County, and if you're wondering about anything that's going on and you can't figure it out, look on our website or give us a call at the chamber, 615-735-2093. So until next month, may God bless you, and we'll see you.